And now let's try kickflip. All right, so this is my skateboard, and this is the Unlimited Electric Skateboard Conversion Kit. Now, I've ridden a regular skateboard for 20 years, and I've ridden an electric skateboard exactly one time, and it didn't go that well. But maybe adding this to this can change that. There's only one way to find out. I'm gonna put this thing together, and then I'm gonna hit the streets of New York and hopefully not die. All right, we took everything out of the box. Here it is, laid out all nicely, but before we put it together, I have to deconstruct my beautiful setup, but it's time to convert it for better or worse. I feel like I'm going back on my roots a little bit. Skateboarders fear change, okay? So that's kind of why me and a lot of other skateboarders have resisted the trend of electric skateboards. When I read about the electric conversion kit, because I didn't fully know how it worked, I was hoping that I could use these exact trucks and wheels with a motor, because then it would be totally incognito and probably a lot lighter, and then I could treat the electric skateboard more like a real skateboard. But then little did I know after doing some research that the motor is actually inside this giant heavy wheel. All right, so I'm finally gonna put this thing together, and big disclaimer, the instructions say to put the trucks on backwards from what I've been doing my entire life. I have a feeling that's because Unlimited is partnering with Loaded, which is a longboard skateboard company, for this conversion kit. And so the instructions are assuming I have a loaded board, which they make proprietary backwards trucks to use on their boards. I am going to follow the pictures and the instructions and put my independent trucks on backwards, and we'll see if it works. They're like these huge bolts sticking out right there. Oh yeah. I'm gonna stop talking about the orange wheels. I'm gonna stop talking about the size of them. I'm just gonna embrace this. It's an electric skateboard. 8-year-old me, 9-year-old me would be fired up about this, so I'm gonna do my best to just embrace the orange wheels. All right, now here is the thing that makes it work in concert with the motorized wheel. I currently have the Solo kit, which is the cheapest kit and the one that's supposed to work with the most setups. It costs about $770, which is a lot of money. That's a lot of regular skateboards right there. All right, so let's put the motor on, which is in this wheel, and Unlimited says that this should be on your back heel. So I'm goofy-footed, so I'm gonna put it on my back left heel. And then I put it on this way so that the cord is coming towards the inside. Kind of gotta bend it pretty, interesting. Maybe this comes over the truck? So all was going swimmingly, and then once we add this element of a motor, it starts getting a little confusing. I'm not sure where to plug it in so it won't be impacting. All right, we finally got it all set up. It was actually pretty easy and straightforward until we got to connecting the motor cable with the battery cable. Then we had to force it a little bit, make it look like the picture in the instruction manual, but we got it. And we also got it paired with this cute little remote that has a speedometer, the battery level, and up here you can see this little snail icon. That's because right now it's in the snail mode, which is the slowest of 3 modes. This thing can get up to a top speed of 23 miles per hour and is supposed to last for a range of 7 miles. And now, for the most important part, take me outside. Damn it, I forgot to take my skateboard. All right, been walking with this thing for miles. We want to find a secret spot so I can try it for the first time because I'm a little nervous. So we found this caged handball court. All right, so I just paired it, making sure I'm in the snail mode, which is the easy mode. Let's try it. In order for it to work at all, you have to kick start first. You have to be rolling in order for the motor to kick in. It won't just go from 0 to 60. I'm gonna come right at you, Mark. But I'm gonna do my best to just ride in a straight line. Let's see how it goes. Dude, see, that's the problem. Look, it just wants to go that way. pitching me backwards. I'm gonna die on that thing. It's like, the way the motor's pushing, it's like turning me back like that, like Matrix. I think we need to switch the trucks, I'm sorry, but it's just not working. The mechanics, these trucks aren't meant to go that way. So it's just pitching me in these weird angles, and especially with the motor, I can't do it. All right, I'm excited for this sword. This just looks so much more natural to me. Like, look at that. It's
switched it already?
I switched the back one. Just looking at this, like, doesn't that just bring you so much joy? Like, this is freaky, dude. I need to stretch a little bit. I was kneeling for too long. Freaking do some of those. Should. Mark, you can probably teach me on form a little bit. Spread my legs a little bit more. I can't squeeze my ass.
Yeah, you can.
Ready?
Yep.
Oh, dude, get the shit out of here, dude. Later, Mark. Later, buddy. It's just too easy now. I'm ready for the next mode. Screw this snail mode. Look at this. I'm like freaking Christy Yamaguchi right now. Damn. So you guys heard me when I was setting up. I was pretty skeptical. I'm still self-conscious of these big orange wheels, but I gotta say, this is fun. And it's kind of going against everything in my instinct to not push this board with my foot. And it's this thing in my hand. But once you get the hang of it, it's pretty fun that you can literally mob around everywhere and not do anything. Freaking Dogtown, baby. Dogtown, I'm out. This is such a weird illusion to people. Don't know that I have an electric skateboard and I just don't stop rolling. Later, Mark. Holy he's running with me. He's running alongside me right now with his camera. Is it usable? I don't know. We left our camera bag back there. All right, we are on this majestic pier in the freezing winter just for all y'all. First impressions, a lot of fun. When I'm going down the street with no stop signs or no obstacles. As a skateboarder, it's a lot just like balancing on a skateboard, with the big caveat that I have barely put my foot down at all, which is really crazy for me, always having to propel myself with my foot. Suddenly it's this thing in my hand, so the brain to muscle memory has taken a little bit of getting used to, especially with stopping. The only times I've really been scared is coming up to a stoplight or a stop sign or a pedestrian walking into the street. All of a sudden I have to like pull back on this trigger, and then I'm like, I'm not sure if I want to stop with the brakes or if I want to jump off the board. It's just a little weird for me, but I'm gonna switch it to sicko mode is what I'm gonna call it. I think it's called pro mode. And we're gonna head back, all the way back down Brooklyn to my neighborhood and see what's up with the fastest mode there is. And right about here is where it died on me. But we are back in this lovely studio looking thing. I don't know if it's that lovely, but after another charge, I actually was able to try out sicko mode and cross the Williamsburg Bridge from Brooklyn to Manhattan to get here. And then I charged it up again and did the full loop all the way up and around Central Park, which was about 7 miles, and the range was pretty much right on the money in the middle eco mode. and it also handled all the grades that I went up pretty solid. And I gotta say, after riding around, it made me a little bit of a believer in how much fun this thing is to ride. That being said, my skateboard, my regular skateboard, was lost somewhere along the way, and something like this will not replace my regular skateboard, but I don't think that's really the point. As far as being outside, going fast, getting from A to B, super fun way to do it, although it does cost almost $800, which just seems like an insane price tag. And for not much more than that, you can get some of the biggest players in the electric skateboarding game. And then for even cheaper, you can buy some knockoff stuff. So this is a little expensive, but a lot of fun. But you're tired of hearing me yakking, you just want to see me try and kickflip on it. So let's go back to Brooklyn, back to the park. I'm gonna try and kickflip on it. All right, Mark, starting with an ollie. So heavy, really hard sticking it to my feet. And now let's try kickflip. I think that's a make. That's a make. All right, this is gonna be a good one. I'm already 1 for 1. About to be 2 for 2. Hey, bub. Dab all day. I couldn't just take the last one. Had to try one more. It's kind of peaceful down here.
Peaceful now?
Yeah, I'll just go to sleep. Oh, where am I, dude? Oh my God, my